Sky News can reveal the Northern Territory Children's Commissioner will seek compensation over a failed prosecution attempt made against her that included police bugging her phone and office and accessing her bank accounts. Let's go live to our colleague Matt Cunningham in Darwin, who has this exclusive. Matt, you've obtained a letter from Colleen Gwynne's lawyers. What does it say?
Well, it's seeking recompense, Kieran, for the treatment that she has been subjected to. Colleen Gwynne is still the Northern Territory's Children Commissioner. She's on leave at the moment. She has, in fact, been on leave for almost 3 years, while the Northern Territory is dealing with some pretty highly publicised issues in the child protection space. She has been on leave after she was charged with abuse of office back in 2020. The allegations were that she sought to appoint her friend, a woman by the name of Laura Dewson, to the Assistant Commissioner's position. Now, that case was thrown out of court last month. She was found not guilty. In fact, a jury was directed to find her not guilty after Justice John Burns found that this was not a criminal matter. It was a question of poor practice and essentially a HR matter. Now we have this letter that has been sent to the Chief Minister, Natasha Fyles, from Colleen Gwynne's lawyer, Sean Bowden, and I'll read some of it to you now. It says, Commissioner Gwynne now seeks proper restitution and recompense for the preemptory and misconceived administrative and criminal processes to which she was subjected, which has impacted on every aspect of her life. It goes on to say, the administrative action taken at various levels of government, the way in which decisions were made adverse to her interests, and the manner of the Office of the Commissioner of Public Employment and Police investigation, including the bugging of her office and phones, have had a significant permanent effect on her. This letter, Kieran, details how there was a complaint that was made to the Office of the Commissioner for Public Employment on the 21st of November 2018 from a person who was an unsuccessful applicant for this job. Within 8 days, that complaint had been sent from the Office of the Commissioner for Public Employment on to the Public Interest Disclosure Commissioner and on to the Northern Territory Police, who then launched an investigation. That investigation was launched 1 day before the ICAC came into effect in the Northern Territory. It would otherwise have been an ICAC matter. Now, that police investigation, as I alluded to earlier, included police bugging the office of Colleen Gwynne, bugging her phone and accessing her bank records. Sean Bowden speaks about that issue in this letter as well. He says her suitability for any position that involves the care of vulnerable children or as a police officer has been severely damaged by the process to which she has been subjected. Related to this is a serious question regarding the police use of surveillance devices and optical warrants to bug the offices of Ms Gwynne, as well as to intercept her telephone calls for 3 months after the warrant date. Now, I have also contacted Northern Territory Police. They say that they followed the correct practices when it comes to obtaining those warrants, that those warrants were signed off by a judge, and they also said that this matter had been referred to the Director of Public Prosecutions, who had found that there was enough evidence to proceed with this investigation and with the charge.
And Matt, the Commissioner is also claiming the Northern Territory government tried to remove her from her position a few months before she was charged.
This is interesting, Kieran, because Colleen Gwynne, after she was appointed in June 2015, had done a series of damning own initiative investigations into matters relating to youth detention, into child protection, into foster care, and had delivered a series of, you'd have to say, embarrassing reports about the Northern Territory government. Now, in this letter, her lawyers claim that in December 2019, she was called to a meeting with Jody Ryan, who at the time was the Chief Executive of the Department of Chief Minister and Cabinet. Ms Ryan, according to this letter, told Ms Gwynne that she had been sent there by the then Attorney General, now the Chief Minister, Natasha Fyles, and she'd been told at this meeting that the Cabinet had unanimously decided not to reappoint her, not to renew her contract, because the government wanted to appoint an Aboriginal Children's Commissioner. I put this to Natasha Fyles both in writing and verbally today at a press conference. Here's how she responded. Did you ask Jodie Ryan to go and tell Colleen Gwynn that her contract wasn't going to be renewed?
The Children's Commissioner, again, is a matter that is being dealt with, and I won't be providing commentary through the media.
Is it true that Cabinet wanted an Aboriginal Children's Commissioner in place?
So I think we're stepping away from the specific questions that you've just asked. We saw recommendations from the Royal Commission around a co-commissioner or Indigenous leadership, but there was a matter that is ongoing in relation to the Children's Commissioner, and I will place respect to that and not comment publicly.
So Colleen Gwynn is now seeking for this matter to be mediated by an independent third party paid for by the Northern Territory Government. Kieran, the government has acknowledged receipt of that letter, but as you heard the Chief Minister say there'll be no further public commentary about it. Of course, this comes at the same time that the government is in a dispute with its Police Commissioner, Jamie Chalker. It's all a bit of a mess up here at the moment, Kieran.
It sounds it. It sure sounds it, Matt. Thanks so much for that.